Hey guys, good morning. Back here with more Beastmen. It's one of the milestone campaigns. We have some restrictions, no Minotors, Bestigors, Cygors. We also started with Morgur, which is a shit start. Shit faction effects, shit lord. And another one is the campaign is limited for 70 turns, but through channel points, now called shackles, and donations, you can guys extend the campaign. It's been extended up to turn 110. I think 10,000 shekels is good for extra turn, but I feel like the turn limit will be lowered for the future campaigns of this type. That's royalty. Yep. Any Warhammer 1 DLCs that you recommend picking up? Well, I recommend anything but Beastmen and Chaos, really. Unless these are on big sale. Settler campaign, Lisbon campaign, what are you guys talking about? F54. So, we played for about 26 turns. There's been whack-a-mole going on in Nordland, and then we decided to move towards Sylvania. We are planning to work together with Sylvania to destroy the Empire. I will install Manfred as new Emperor. Well, for this we do need to get an alliance. Because the only way we prevent this whack-a-mole, which the constant resettling, which is extremely annoying. Like any progress satisfaction with this, the core factions is non-existent. How fast everything gets resettled. We're gonna have to ally with somebody who's gonna be taking those elements. I have an army here with Morgur. Nothing special. Taking heavy damage recently. We can't even attack Talabheim, but at least we can corrupt it. We have the Endless Horde. We can't replenish for another 3 turns, which means we're kind of paralyzed here. Thank God the turns are going smooth with the Horde factions. It's not like we are pressured to do anything. Here it comes. Yeah, and what Saint Lux says is true. NA knows when your settlement is raised and will be beeline for with a neutral faction. This is true. If you guys were watching this campaign, the Marienburg was actually moving the moment we ended the turn. They started moving towards Nordland to resettle the ruins.
Not possible.
They're gonna be taking some attrition, but it's non-existent really. This is the most pathetic thing in the game. Chaos corruption. It is so fucking sad. I could cry and break things at the same time. We need to avoid combat for another couple of turns. We need to replenish. Hopefully raise Talabheim once this situation gets fixed. This is a really crippling event if we have to replenish, but it gives massive growth. Massive growth. We need to unlock the chaos spawns, which are I don't know. I don't understand why this is a tier 4 unit. It's a tier 4 unit. Nothing special really about them to be anything higher than tier 3. This would actually be a nice tier 2 unit actually. King Ramos says, I'm saving up 1,000,000 channel points for Elich to try turn 4 Vortex Saltarian victory. What? I don't understand. What do we have here? This makes the wild tide cost cheaper. It's a meme because you can build Tarion in 4 turns currently. Damn. Why would you do that? I can complete the winter in 1 turn. I need to get at my level. I'm gonna be unlocking some hero slots here. It's a tier 5 to get extra Gorbul. We're gonna definitely need this. The Harpies are not that good until you get the Bell skills and the Totem of Horns. Makes it's been pretty decent base buffs. You have 800k points to go. Well, you can calculate how fast you can get that. That's a good coffee. Hey, huh? Hey, Toby. Defensive lines with these guys.
The night grows long. I shall
Get the trespasses, which will still take some time to go. One more day until Elite shows us premium Ideco card and then ends the stream abruptly. We're talking about ending the stream. I'm just gonna take a coffee break. This is the last turn, okay. Don't wanna stay in the vampire territory. Let's see, we need to fight Reichland so Sylvania can do something. You can actually disband all this, they're not being claimed now. You can disband the poppers, been claimed by Akutama. I think Ahaha claimed you minor. Whoever. There's a shekel reward where people can claim and name a unit, which cannot be disbanded unless it's the last unit next to the lord in the army. We can still suicide it. That's inconvenient sometimes. When is the new Gwent DLC hitting tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's the new expansion. I think it's 12 AM. 11 or 12 AM. And there might be rain tomorrow as well. Can you believe that? I'll be starting after probably around 1 PM or 2 PM with Gwent tomorrow. It's gonna be all day Gwent. I'll disband this. We have 3 claimed units. This lowered the upkeep on the Chaos Warhounds. This building is so goddamn pathetic. So goddamn pathetic. We had the lower upkeep on the Harpies, we had the lower upkeep on the Chaos Spawn. What the fuck is this shit? Even the mines have lower upkeep. In fact, it has tier 4 in the gap. Jesus. Should be just tier 1 and tier 2. Why would this faction even have buildings above tier 3? It's a Horde faction that just goes poof when it loses. King Roman says, have you ordered Cyberpunk 2077? I ordered mine twice already. Get to my level, noobs. Oh, damn. King Roman with that space money. Hopefully my graphic card will last until that. Might need to downgrade a graphic card for the end of the year. I can easily switch to CPU encoding so I don't have to use NVENC. But I need to go back to 1060. Sellout stream? What are you talking about? You need to erase this when they move out. For a new graphic card? Nah, 1060 will be fine. I don't want to buy a new graphic card until new PC, I don't think so. If this one hits the bucket, I'm gonna just use 1060. And the right one will be pushing here. Put insurance policy here. We really need to replenish. Oh man, they have two armies here.
Unworkable.
We need to try to cripple this.
I cannot.
Try to cripple them here. Can't let the Empire win against the undead. We got the attack buff charge, and we got recruitment costs and the recruit ranks. This skill is bugged; it counts twice. At least something for the Beastmen. One of these days they're gonna double the training. Training should be base should be 50, and these 3 ranks should give another 100. Then training might be actually decent. When you run some numbers, training is just wasted skill points. It's a base of 30. 30 is nothing. Anything under 100 is almost nothing. We can recruit rank 6 chaos spawns. Dark Moon in 2 turns. Let's see what happens with the Dark Moon. We have way too many harpies. Merge these two. I think 8 is a good number. I'll let this one replenish a bit more. Bowling has cunning. I feel like since the Skaven has spoiled us, we either need to stack cunning for reliable ambushes, or use the lightning strike, which lightning strike is better because it costs only 1 skill point on the Beastmen. Always only 1 skill point. And then better to stack stuff like Minotaur damage or the Nurgle's Foul Stink. Yoo-hoo!
Quell's Pakazlak, Quo.
Pretty much King Roman, yeah. And then another 2 just to get past the Emperor buff. So if you have 4 of them, the Emperor has base leadership. Which is already very high by itself. Raising this city and pulling back would be good, but we could also sacrifice the Swedish supermodel to do it. Can't let these guys push on the Sylvania. They're losing, just like they just can't win. The technology is so goddamn broken, it just breaks the game. You can't win any battles. It has to be a freak accident for the for them to win, really. They have Sralty. They have, I have no doubt they have. Just casual plus 10 melee attack and plus 10 leadership. No big deal. It's like the worst thing they probably put into the game in Warhammer 2 was Emperor technologies. The Empire used to be just casual Joes, you know, fighting evil and supernatural beings. Now they're goddamn Terminators. Make the Chaos Warriors look bad. And funny how the plebs these days are saying that they're regular Joes now fighting evil and the you know, supernatural beings, when they're pretty much overpowered now. May not get events, I'll get just 3 of them. You don't even have the battle skills. It's a 7k tech average human, but yeah, it doesn't pay for the techs. We've seen when we played Bone Reckless, Ostermark had this technology in like turn 4. Why is punishment so low? We don't have the tech. Oh, this is beautiful. What is this interface sound? I don't even remember this. Was this always in the game? Fucking hell, of course it is. I know what the... God damn it, options. Super loud, that's why we hear it. Fucking hell. Goddamn cancer. Every single time just max interface volume. The most irritating thing ever. Jesus man, can't even sort the options right. Well, the turn just started, and Bisenkan says, I feel like those buffs they get from the moon are super shit, and the most of the time don't want any of them. Well, no shit. And look what it says there. Look what it says here.
I fight for the greater good.
The Dark Moon. A powerful, recurring event that provides significant bonuses to the Beastmen armies. Fucking hell, man. Not even 50-50, man. Nah, this is just a forgotten faction. It's been like that for years. Minimal effort, maximal profits. They probably hired some Bethesda guys, you know, to work on this DLC to help them, you know, lessen the load. Funny how the most overpriced factions in the game have some of the most underwhelming technology tree in the game. Even the Chaos has bad technology tree, but Beastmen, the Wood Elves, I mean, Wood Elves have really, a couple of those technologies are a little bit overkill, but when you look at the whole technology tree overall, pretty boring and outdated, and this puts in one of the worst technology trees together with the Beastmen. Same for Beastmen, they have like 4 good technologies and everything else is shit. I mean, they don't even buff all the units. Yeah, the puppers can stay in the forest. Doesn't really matter. We get caught in the open and we're in deep shit anyways. Then the Wii swarm. Harpies clear the walls nicely. Oh, the door got bugged. Not breaking it. So the unit that Morgul spawns does not get any bonuses from Morgul. The bonuses that buff the chaos spawn. What the fuck is this shit? Holy sh... we captured it, thank god. Like, for a second I thought we encountered a new bug with the door. Damn, don't scare me like that. Need the additional 10 armor and 10 attack from Harpies. They're gonna be killing much faster with that. God damn it, look, well. Going too far, man. Because of the Ray's retreat direction, you can actually lose hordes. Probably the worst thing that ever happened to the Beastmen and the Chaos. They changed their direction. Sometimes it will, eventually it will go in a wrong direction. Okay, it's about money now, man. So it's still locked, huh? Look at this shit. Oh my god. Why do this game? Out this one, then they will not do damage. I guess bye-bye survival on these things and just recruit them when they die. The skills are not even that good. Not even that good. They really need attack. I'll jump on this element. Probably somebody random, huh? Just notice Switch Supermodel is determined. That's how you succeed in the real world. You have to be determined. Replenishment. Hey, Dick, bro. Yoo-hoo. Good morning.
Absolutely not.
Like Sylvania is melting. There is Grumburg, we're just gonna get killed.
Impossible.
How do these guys keep an army here and still steamrolling the vampires?
Not possible.
We need to do something about Stirland. Best thing is we don't even have an army that can fight the Empire right now. It would just get wrecked. Why chat spamming PO pants? All the cool kids are spamming PO pants these days. Oh fuck! Why did they go through this area? I guess they marched towards Camperbad. Okay, now at least it was a decent retreat. You're in such a bad area here. Without battle skills, it's unrealistic that we can win that. Does look like they just rushed into Fort Oberst here. I mean, Sylvania can't keep up with the Reichen recruitment, you know. Like, who the hell these Reichen think they are? They have 4 different provinces and they're just raising the dead, spamming. Who's Sylvania? If only they had something like that. Wurbat in range where we got Flensburg. We really have to try to defeat one of those armies ahead. Otherwise it's gonna be the end of the vampires. This does not look good for the switchable model. It should stay hidden here with a pretty decent chance. It is. See that Yep emote, King Gnome, it's like my new favorite emote on Twitch. I don't know what's about it, but it's so good, and it can mean also bad things at the same time. Very, really bad things, toxic things, things that would make your health fall off. You know, like playing Winter campaign. I should. Hold on. Let me see. How would that even look like? There's some white with it, right? No. I mean, looks okay, right? Yep. Okay. Square? What do you mean square? You Grand Pepper Lord. I don't know, man. How does this one look like? It's, I don't know. It's missing white in the. Yeah, just made it similar. They will just remove the white out of the picture. Oh, screw it. Let's just go. Those dogs did not get hidden now. This is very high to hide here, you know.
Oh my
The
god.
size.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
In Ghost face. Can we put it here? I'm gonna send these guys here and these guys around. 1 unit attacking from behind.
What's up?
Wolves are gonna do their leadership and full damage. Maybe actually rain today, huh? Hopefully not units are getting killed, cause I'm changing the app here. There you go, thank you. This is one of my favorite things when I'm playing Horde factions like the Beastmen or the Chaos. Sieging 24/7 and then getting glitches 24/7. I don't even mind sieging 24/7 as long as we don't get the goddamn glitches and bugs. And the wall was good at breaking that unit down.
Keep clear!
Look at them Outriders, 18 melee attack, getting kills against harps and melee. How many count the kills more to get 4? Dead by 1,000 cuts. She was got 69 kills. Nice. What the hell, man? Don't retreat that far. What the fuck is this shit? Be like half dead. Did we play the Beastmen since they added this shit? That is so annoying. It's okay, Kiz will take that next turn. Sure, I think it's gonna be Tylea. We're getting shit Horde. Getting a shit Horde. Marcus comes from the expedition to colonize it. Hochland is taking camper bad. Makes sense.
I can say yes.
What the fuck am I gonna do with this? It's turn 34. We have tier 4 units in our army. There's a Volkmar here.
Cannot.
Fast rule. Sir chaos. I can say. Is for sure.
To hide this one in a better spot.
Chaos fails.
How is Sylvania doing? Well, they covered a little bit military, but Reichland is still in their shit.
Sylvania greets thee, friend.
About to lose their ability rating though. We can use the Brave Herd. It's you lose all initiative and element of surprise. Doesn't fit the Beastmen at all. It's AI controlled, so it's pretty much useless.
Axel. Chaos. Now into science.
You know what's funny? That this 80 Chaos Warhounds have more health than the Dread Knight Cold ones. Terrible. Stala got destroyed, nice. Oh, we might be dead there. Tell Beckland X after them. Oh, they didn't have range, thank God. Almost lost our insurance policy. Howling got destroyed, it's a very good thing. It's almost impossible to get caught in this area here, I think. Because they have to go around. Should be a somewhat safe spot. Lost the rebuild rating because the breaker got destroyed. It's gonna be hard to get the alliance.
Welcome to my realm.
Raising this is risky. Why'd they go west? Because of other enemies on the other side. Raising war, but I think it's a very good thing to cripple them in this area. Army here, 17 units. Vampires outnumbered them. We don't have Fort Oberst in range. There's one here, and it looks like the other ones left this area here. It is a little bit risky because of the movement. The raising Wurbat is a big deal. If it's a bad retreated, we might lose this horde. I don't see anybody else here. They could be like here. Gonna what? Retreat here. Gonna resettle Flensburg. Harpies are pretty good in sieges, which is pretty much over 9% of your battles. It's not you, Snitz, it's just how it is. They're even slower than Tomb Kings. This is the Alder battlefield. The Wolf is really good when the Harps attack, especially if you have a couple of negative leadership traits and fear and terror on top, which Harps don't have fear. But definitely a big shock element you can build out with the Beastmen, which not many factions can do. Thanks to the Wolf, fear, terror, and those staking traits. You can even use Withering together with the Wolf, have lots of power. And look how fast this unit just went down. We didn't even have, they're missing about 21, 22 attack on the Harps. And they can even get more charge bonus if I'm not mistaken. It's actually not that much now to think about it. We're just missing about 10 actually. Their battle skill is different. Tide is like ideal for this. It's basically like a brain burster. This is another armored unit, so you just use the regular. Against armored unit like the great swords, you would want to overcast, unless you just want to disrupt formation. Disrupt formation is good when they're getting shot or charged, or if you want to stop them from charging. Edmir. We'll show after battle, sir. I think Harpies get charge and attack, and then they get movement speed and something else. They get the good stuff. And we can get more armor. We can get armor from the weapons building. It's a shame the Harpies don't have any technology. There's a speed technology, but that's it. This could be fine. So Harpies get 8 attack, 12 charge bonus. Is great. That is great. So you get 8 attack, 12 charge here. They get they lose vigor. They have better vigor because they feel with blood. They get 20% more weapon strength. And then they get missile resistance, speed, and further charge bonus. Still percent charge bonus is shit, but it's still a little bit more charge. This one gives them 12 flat, while this one gives them 3 charge. They really need to move percentages from charge. And no technologies for Harpies. The only thing they get is 10% speed, and they're all pretty fast. On top of this, they also get bonus from the Totem of Horns, 10 armor and 10 melee attack. And then you know, use magic alongside them, and it's good enough. Pretty good siege unit. I'm playing in the better patch here. This is a pretty good battle skill. I was actually thinking of using a face cam when I'm doing the Resident Evil series, but I get changed my mind. Maybe in 4 years. Too distracting. God damn. We are gonna be fighting Reichland to help the vampires. This it says it's the title for you know, for easy, you know, what do we call it? Beastmen campaign. It's the 8th Beastmen campaign, and you know, let's go part 1 to, you know, part X end. This is the 8th time we played the Beastmen in Warhammer 2. Wow, nobody came here. Where's the next army? We need to create more pressure here. I feel like we destroy this, somebody else takes it, it's not that's not non-empire. They just retake like nothing happened. And we can't be wasting turns like this. What else we gonna do to weaken them? We can just attack this directly without battle skills. Open field battle without battle skills is kinda in their favor because of technologies.
Not possible.
I actually used to enjoy Beastmen campaigns, but they become pretty bad. They're one of the worst aged factions in the game, alongside the Chaos. At least the Chaos roster is more diverse and works better. I feel like I should just finance the vampires a bit. They have a very strong economy, so it doesn't do anything. They have money, they're just getting overrun. They can't win in battles. They need to get really lucky, I think.
Most traveled rat
Oh, we can finance Eaget Claw here. This is actually a good thing. Give him money is a good thing. It will slightly increase the chances that actually he becomes something. So we can give him like a medium gift.
Granted.
They actually could do something.
Impossible.
As the Beastmen and the Chaos have lots of money, so financing other evil faction against the Overtide is the way to go. If they don't have a very strong economy, you need to give them money. This might not do anything, but it does increase the odds a bit. Do we care about tier 5? We don't. We need Totems of Horns and Desecrated Altar, actually. At least economic building first, I guess. They're probably gonna enter our zone of control. They're going for settlement here from the looks of it. Yeah, for sure. The tier 5 Gorbul building should give 2 Gorbuls. You cannot ambush while in encampment. You can only ambush when you're attacking. So they just go through you.
Never. I will not obey.
If I just keep pushing on the Empire, the Reichland, they're probably just gonna start confederating. This looks like a bad retreat, and then we get attacked by multiple armies. Fucking hell, man, that's so stupid.
Not possible. No.
Why did they do that? Just totally fucks over the Beastmen. We can't attack the settlement this turn because of this bullshit. Jesus. They really fucked up that. Did they even thought about the Beastmen when they changed that? We would raise the settlement and then we would retreat here and then we get gangbanged. So we have to go from the other side and then raise it. One more turn. We can't really face Empire Army in the field without the battle skills. The replenishment will take 6 turns after that. That's the single worst thing about any Chaos faction to mirror. The resettlement level is beyond toxic. There is no any sense of accomplishment that you're actually doing something like ending civilizations and defeating your enemies. Zero. Zero. You have to have a game plan and you just have to take it. You have to take that shit. It's the only way you can play these factions. Because the Chaos Corruption is probably the worst thing in the game now. See that movement? What the fuck is that? Which idiot made this? What the fuck is that shit? I understand they would move like here, but what the shit? Now imagine we did it last turn and we moved here. How many of the plebs are gonna make that move and then next turn, oh fuck, they got me. Jesus man, it is so stupid. If I attacked that settlement last turn, we would have ended up here and we got killed. Who designed this shit? I never played Beastmen.
Oh my god.
Hang on.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Defense is very important. We don't have the technology yet for the attack and defense. The specialty of Morgur and his faction effect is supposed to be Chaos Corruption, but the Chaos Corruption is so goddamn pathetic that they should just remove all his specialties and it's pretty much the same thing. He has Plastic Corruption for all characters. Higher up can Mindless, lower up can the Chaos Spawn. Upkeeps don't really matter that much after a certain point when you have a big bank. His bonus increases the attrition by 12%. If this was like, it was also 0 to that 12%, like 120%, it could actually be considered like a Warhammer 1, you know, towards the end of Norska, you know, actually decent low trait. If it was a 0 at the end of that. Because the difficulty lowers their corruption by 90%. And let's say they even take the regular attrition, like you're playing like normal difficulty. They have no bonus to against the Chaos Corruption, so they take a full attrition, like they would take from being in the Vampirlands. The 12% is nothing, just garbage. They're gonna just like just read it. Maybe just like that they're gonna take like 3 or 4 more casualties on Spearmen per turn. What the fuck does that do to you? For you, nothing. Local enemy armies. This is actually missing a 0 to actually be ever noticeable or valuable as an ability. They can just remove it from the game and you won't even feel a difference. It's 10 attack and 10 defense with lots in here. It's actually a pretty good one. It's one of their better technologies. Ice Pestilence, Endless Hunt, Fell Rituals, Beastly Stupor, Calking God Larder, Encircled Prey. That's the good technologies. Everything else is shit. I guess these two are average. They have similar effects with the Vampire counts, the mirror, like the Awakened Battlefield, and it works if you see them. If they're moving in fog of war, which they probably will, unless you have encamped to see the vision of the region, they're not gonna take any attrition. They're gonna be moving through chaos corrupt areas, taking 0 attrition. You can be in the same region as the enemy and they will not take attrition because you don't see them. So the only way you get vision of the area is if you encamp in the area for the turn. Like for example, you see the Swedish supermodel here. It's encamped in camper bed. When a horde is encamped in a region, you get a full vision of the region. So you have to be encamped in the region, and they actually have to stay in the region outside the city and not encamped to actually take any attrition. So what's the point of this ability again? How are they gonna take attrition? And the 10% speed for all units is nice and goes to the beastly stupor. You have to admit though, Beastmen have a glorious texture. Yeah, it's glorious. I take my pen, you know, from my drawer here, and you know, when I go to the bathroom sometimes, just write Beastmen on toilet paper. You know, I don't even have to write Beastmen in all G, I just write Beastmen before I wipe my ass. What the hell? Why is this so loud? The shit. Don't have the movement here, huh? Here we go. When you have to position your army, when you position your Beastmen horde, you have to think about it, how the enemy can move to the area. You don't want to get discovered. You want to have all the initiative. You want to be the ones doing attacking. You don't want to get attacked yourself. So you have to consider which road will they take from here to here if they're gonna move, and your zone of control should be outside that. Especially if they might, you know, attack you because you have weaker force. You see zone control when you mouse over your lord. So from here to here, when the enemy moves, you will not get discovered. You cannot ambush the enemy during the hidden encampment, but the chance to stay hidden is the highest in the game. Unless Brayherd pretty much discovers you. Brayherd can discover you, by the way, because they're not you; they're your ally, and or they go through your zone of control. If they're too weak, they're just gonna go through, like you know, they never saw you. But if they're strong enough, they're gonna attack you. If this Cabanel is available to the enemy AI, yeah. Yeah. That's why you can't play with the Brave Herds. They call Betray Herds for a reason. They cannot win any auto-resolve really without serious losses. They might win against a like settlement like this. There's a chance. And you lose all initiative and element surprise if you are trying to rely on the numbers. They should really put if they want to make this different than the old VAR and the new VAR, they should really make the Brave Herd join your faction like a Vermintide army. So for like 10 turns, you don't have to pay anything for this army, but they go away after 10 turns. Or maybe as long as you maintain the Bestial Rage, they stay with you, and they should be under your control. Because the Beastmen are not all quality, you know, and you're forced to build quality armies because you can't really allow numbers, because you not only don't have the money, the Brave Herds are just garbage. They should join pretty much your faction under your control for limited time with no upkeep. Then you have to decide if you're gonna disband them or not. Yeah, you lose the ability rating every time they get destroyed. You can pretty much get stuck with the very low ability rating because of the break herds. It's fucking our chances of diplomacy with Sylvania.
Yes, Sylvania greets thee, friend.
I need the defensive line so we can get military access. Yep. I'm gonna heal slots here. This cost on these buildings, they should just half everything. Half everything. Update this faction to Warhammer 2. Half all these costs. Better now this building has 4 tiers. Look at this. Tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. What the shit? This is like tier 2, 3, 4 at best. This is tier 2, tier 3. What the shit? Making a Chaos Spawn tier 3 would be generous. They make it tier 4. No benefits from this building to Chaos Spawn or the Harpies. Can use miners in this campaign, but we still need the buildings for Gore Bulls. Gore Bulls is one of the reasons to even start a Beastmen campaign, because they make it a little bit fun for 5 minutes. Main reason to play the Beastmen are the miners, which are one of the most devastating melee units in the game. It's probably the strongest melee unit in the game. Not toughness wise, but the amount of damage it has.
Yazu Shari Nasha Wushla.
Hey, Mir. Guys, I'm loving the amount of yeps in the chat. Keep it up. It's almost like if we use the yep enough during this campaign, it's almost like we're enjoying ourselves and not just 50-50 between misery and content.
Raise Sigma.
Oh, nice, the moon here.
No! Your demeanor tells me you aren't here to do.
They got invited to war against us by Lorne Forest, now they're at war with Lorne Forest. Why would they even accept it in the first place?
Sylvania greets thee.
This is risky, but we can't really scout unless we encamp in the area. If I raise this, Austin will just take it, and if I raise it again, Ostermark will take it, and if I raise it again, 3 more factions will be waiting to take it. Not much we can do with only 1 army regarding destruction. That 8 attack is pretty good for the poppers. Uh, 4 units would just get damaged to half health. Well, the second army, no. It's hidden in camper bed. So we can have over 50 melee attack with that gift. I see something here. You do miss vigor, but you have 110%. And Morgan was so cool when he had that ability back in the day before they removed it. Now it just what the hell was the word? Disappointment. This lore kinda got ruined by the multiplayer. They don't even have the decency to remove this shit from me. Which doesn't work anymore. Garbage, yeah. Garbage. Used to be pretty cool before they ruined them. Morgus' ruinous transformative aura protects him from damage most of the time, but he's vulnerable while it charges. It's supposed to be like next to Unkillable. So you get rid of him by routing him like blood. You can't really shoot him down. You can't really, focus him down. So you kind of have to ignore him. But they removed this. This doesn't work. He would get a massive damage reduction. Can we actually tank range units if it comes to that? We can do it even without moving to the side. He has massive resistance. Even when what do we have here? Very tired. He still has over 80% here. Now this is capped. Or we can tank projectiles. That's pretty much one of the fun things you do with Morgur. Otherwise it's pretty boring. You don't even have to Legend of Total War it, just, let him tank it. If he's fresh, he'll take even less damage. So 2 crossmen lost all ammo and barely lost any health. That's pretty good. I remember back in Warhammer 1, you could actually just stand AFK in front of a whole dwarf army. You use all the ammo, and then you go in. Makes you wonder why the resistance even exists then, right? It's made to be unkillable, but there's no damage. That's pretty much his thing. And even if he gets destroyed or wounded in the battle, he comes back next turn. So you can't really get rid of him. He has really no damage, his attack animations suck, he's kinda slow, he can be knocked down. But he can tank range. It's pretty much in the army to rid of the AI, the enemy's ammunition. Once the enemy ammunition is gone, let the melee begin. We have fear, but not terror. I sure. Oh, it's going okay. Much can be expected from the Beastmen campaign. The creating what do you call staking units to get bonuses from the Horde is the way to go. This buff is really strong. It's plus 9 melee attack and additional then 6 in attack. It's really strong. It goes really well when you stack miners, like about 3 to 4 units in a pile.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit?
Thank you, Uncle.
Shit.
Yoo-hoo.
What the hell?
How are they gonna implement the Great Mo, you think? It's probably gonna be like a bar, and we're gonna see it on the map as like part of the environment. I guess you're gonna be feeding it if it's not sated or at least eaten recently. Gonna get penalties. But if you get sated, get a lot of killing a lot of food for it, you're gonna get positive buffs. So yeah, that makes the most sense. Like the easiest way to implement it. It could be also various events around it, like Dark Moon, except without the red text. And there are ways. Why didn't we move this time, huh? Oh, another -2, so we have -7 now. Getting attack in charge for the Harpies first.
The nation calls.
We need to help the vampires become a superpower. Looks like they get the one Carson getting attacked by the Golden Order. Trying to save the many months that have been requested, the Grimgor and Gorst for the patch. There's only so long we can wait before we start. I feel like their skeleton crew is busy with Troy, so it's actually presentable on release. So we might not even get a patch until Troy.
Welcome to my realm, mortal.
Ability very low. Goddamn Bray herds.
Praise Sigma. I refuse.
Let's get the Vision and Talab him. We'll definitely get a patch in the next 2 months. You bet we'll get a patch in the next 2 months. It'll be 2 weeks before Troy, 2 weeks after Troy. Well, let's, you know, it's probably gonna be the random thing. Considering to attack Ostland here, I don't want them to resettle here, and we can just click them here and move more closer towards another settlement. Ostland is strength rank 12 with 4 settlements.
So?
They're at war with Marienburg. How the fuck does Ostland get an army here and all of them shit is in the north? Must have started moving army towards this one and they started change direction here. This probably would have been 3 different settlements here. Now they started moving towards Wurbat, and then when the Wurbat got taken, they started moving towards Krugenheim. And after Krugenheim, they're basically just following destruction here, which started here. This is when they started moving, when we destroyed Wurbat. And then when we destroyed this one, they continued moving here. And then when we destroyed this one, they continued moving here. They're just this ruined dwelling is cancerous. Really bad for the game.
I hunt.
Also, they just removed ruined well from everybody, and everybody's a ruined well these days. Why does this thing exist again? This one often sends troops to capture the ruins left behind by destructive forces. Everybody's a ruined well these days, especially the Ortide.
Do not waste my time with petty talk. Make your offer and be
So
done.
if you declare war on Ostland, we have to declare war on Ostermark as well. You have to do this.
Who called? Do not waste my time with petty talk.
Oh, we ambushed them. They have 5 great swords. They murder harpies. They get countered by the Chaos Spawn. Army on the left, army on the right, 50-50.
Simon! Simon! Fleetway, Lunia!
So how would they fix Ring Dwelling? Well, without going into effort about making it specific for every faction in question, like the different for the dwarves, undead, like dwarves would pretty much ignore it, while the undead would prioritize it with the range depending how far the settlement is from your capital or your starting province. So it could be different ranges there. So this range would be affected if they ignore it or not. And so they don't travel 3-4 provinces away to get a ruin. If it's not adjacent to their territory, I think most factions should just ignore it. While the Skaven and Undead should consider it at least half the time to take a ruin, even a province away from their province. Another thing, they should be connected definitely to Chaos Corruption. Like I said, if a province, a region is surrounded by Chaos race settlements, it should become a chaotic wasteland permanently. The AI knows what the AI skin settlements are, Marconos. They used to check, for this, but they know now. Almost gets the units grind a lot of harpies down. Gets just a ridiculous stats for the AI on high rank against infantry. One thing is definitely sure, Chaos Corruption should be reworked, and it should be probably the most powerful thing about the Chaos factions. With different Chaos factions getting affected a different way. But it should be a really bad news for the Urtide, the Chaos Corruption, like really bad news. Chaos Corruption, most dangerous force in the Warhammer universe, is a laughingstock of Creative Assembly Warhammer series. I have just seen what they shown in the tournament yesterday fall. I'll watch the couple of matches. Well, this is good. We'll lower the odds of getting shit herd. They all move from here. What the hell? Catch! And ever since they introduced the scenarios, I've been totally avoiding playing any artifacts. Just makes no sense to me why you wanna, try to be greedy playing artifact in the deck, or getting punished by various artifact cards, mainly Bone Heaver, right? Might lose the unit of Harpies. Really, casualties here? Really? 33? Let's get for Gorble. Doing more damage. should be getting veteran skills. So we're playing Morgul with Beast Lord Slash for the Harpies and the Freakish Mutation for the Chaos Spawn and the Giants. That's pretty much gonna be the composition. This is a no. We're using a mod for extra chaos, but it's on the SFO. You can see a dot in the bottom left corner. It means the game is modded. Slave War. Let's see. Who we gonna give mine? This guy's a AFK.
Skaven warlord!
World, what do you want, brute?
Rebuild rating is ruined, so diplomacy doesn't do much. Could be defensive allies at this point, but the bugs have messed up rebuild rating.
No time. Experiments to do. Granted.
One more turn. Yep. Only Norska was decent. They could actually bother the Empire. They're really bad as the AI. A lone wolf. 10% more can moon range. That's a guaranteed one to get with the Horde, so I don't think this is working as intended.
Sylvania greets thee, friend.
They do have resources.
I only speak your tongue when...
Should attack the moot. There's an army in the moot actually. Getting more heroes here. We need tier 5 to get more capacity, which is ridiculous.
Not possible.
Fuck.
Chaos. Good reward.
I'll ignore that.
Absolutely not.
Hoffman acts first. Gonna take Rugenheim.
Not likely.
There's no way we can kill 68 Knights of the Blazing Sun with 2 shitty infantry units. They might ignore us because the balance of power. We're gonna have 2 rank 9 units and their damage, so the balance of power might be a factor here that they ignore us. It's worth a try.
Please.
That is a placeholder lord for Horde for Khazrak. And still far from him, but they're much stance. They could change the stance, right? Shit. No way to do anything here. 3 rank 7 great swords. If I had 3 times these units, we wouldn't be able to win. This unit can kill over 300 of this. Yeah, we were in a really bad spot there. We lost the insurance policy.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Give me pizza, son. Skaven actually moving here, a passive action, huh? The Walkman made a move here.
Welcome to my realm.
Now it's probably fully replenished already, huh? It's pretty good actually. Almost got the replenishment from it, huh? Vampires would probably got destroyed by this army. So it's nothing they can do about it. He's a Jade Griffin without even touching Kislev. Should be illegal. Best thing is we're going to defeat this racist element. The Vampire's gonna take it back and we're gonna get trespass penalty for helping them. Thank you Brave Hearts for breaking diplomacy, and thank you Shit Design for causing trespassing on the same turn they recapture the settlement. And attrition, yes, and attrition. Above everything. Drive got you there. Screw those Riser guys. We can chase the outer so they don't fire the whole game. Fire anymore, just chase them. I think it's gonna be fine there. Chase them. Sure, it's worth attacking Volkman, it's too tanky. Just do more damage here. Is Garmord here? What the shit? Army on the left, army on the right, 50-50. Outriders can only shoot in front of them, so they're just gonna be fleeing for the rest of the battle. One buffed warhounds like this is really good. Just love when they resist. They don't move, they seem this massive damage. Yeah, it's probably pointless to even try to hit him. I have to get on the Bestiga to on the Gorble to actually do something here. Gorble has too much toughness. Oh, he's surrounded and still managed to disengage a horse. Well, we'll see if we get a bug. Who knows, maybe the ninja patched it while we were sleeping. Couldn't you just leave one more a little bit further here? So we defeated Volkmar, we did not get his trait. You don't get trait if you do a manual battle, only auto-resolve. We're gonna take attrition and we're gonna get trespass penalty at the same time. God damn.
Sylvania greets thee, friend.
If we didn't decide to walk my army, he would have just lost everything here. The army is stupid good in auto resolve. And we're gonna get double penalty there. This the local region buffs will help here a lot. It's minus 17 leadership, minus 19, minus 24 we have right now. What happened to the young command? Well, time like that somebody goes into the commands and deletes some commands. They put the patch notes before the patch. Damn. Nice. Always nice when you get updates for your favorite games. You might actually win against 16th Garrison here. Shame we lost that other one. This one will take a while to build up. Play Mouse. What the hell, man? Mouse is such a shitty faction. Makes me sick how bad it is. But when you confed him, it's probably like godlike.
Holy shit!
It's like godlike when you confed him. But playing Hagriff, goddamn man, it's sickening how bad it is. It's like just go play other Dark Elves and just confederate models. Book your 13 face. Thank you, Booker. This is such a shitty design. You get penalties for models when you play him, but when you confederate him, you don't get the penalties. Don't take anything Booker says, guys. He conquered the world with Kartep. He's a sick man. Needs help. Damn, they had a close victory against 6 unit garrison. There's still hope for these Bray Herds. So there was a 6 unit garrison in the mood, and they lost half the army. Half the army. Fucking hell, man. Oh man, half the army. What the fuck is this balance of power so stupid in favor for the AI against BA Herds?
Stand before the Supreme Patriarch like an ant before the descending.
So what happened to the one Carsons? They're dead?
Darkness comes.
Yeah, the one Carson's been destroyed. These Bray Herds are fucking out diplomacy with the vampires. It's so fucking bad. So what the fuck we do about it? There's only one thing we can do. We We have to go to 16 units. Jesus Christ. Then we're gonna get the alliance with Mumford with his shits ruining diplomacy. It's a shame. Do we still get the penalty? It's hard to say because we are very low. We have to investigate that, but this could be the workaround to the shit system, Bisenkan, yeah. That would definitely be the workaround. We have to restore some rebuild trading first. I'm gonna get rid of it immediately. That sounds like it should work.
Bring me flesh to craft.
She the wizard fields red men, the air builds bad armies. Five mortars, damn. Got him on a good day there. And disbanding the Brayherd should not be damaging your ability rating. It might actually work.
Your demeanor tells me you aren't here to duel.
It is greetings. Thou stand before the rightful elector of...
It's very awkward without the alliance here. We could just actually make it worse. This is good, but as long as we have the laws next to each other. This is how we can counter the shit systems we don't get Brayherds.
Father.
Well, if it trespasses one more time, they could definitely declare war on us. There's a better ability rating. It's likely they might even just cancel non-aggression soon. The kills will still be a while in here. We're gonna try to destroy Empire before Chaos. War with Chaos is kinda irrelevant, really. If you're at war with them or not. Doesn't do anything. It's great, it's counter harpies. The high rank units on the harpies will just get killed. We have wanna use this Horde there together. Either gives them, Unkillable gives them really good bonuses. Melee attack, pretty good. Who knows, Fall, the Grimskers might actually finally be playable for the first time. Patching stream now, I'll not be doing those patch notes on the stream. I'm gonna be checking them myself later and then. He's talking about Gwent Thunderflux. Gwent is getting a new patch tomorrow. New expansion. What on the Horde will counter the dogs? Kinda funny that there are 75 greatswords fleeing like that. So there is still hope in this leadership penalties. This is highly unusual. See these guys? It's a rank 7 unit as well. They must have been touched in the wrong places. Many tentacles here. It's entirely possible they don't have the technology against the Beastmen yet. Yoo-hoo. Where is the train? And the sound is pretty good from Morgan. Like and plate, delete that shit. Minus 8% recruitment cost for the Chaos Spawn. 8%! Not 10, not 12, not 20, not 30, not 80, but 8%. Damn, I'm gonna save so much money.
Alador dar armu. Ugu fas raru.
This one is better. Just now with Malagor you can also find arcane items. I don't think so, Zemley. I don't think so. There's definitely some design regarding how the AI gets techs and what techs they get, what techs they prioritize. How is that influence? Fuck if I know. This makes the Chaos Spawn actually pretty decent. On top of this, they can actually do damage. They still not even do half as much damage as the Minotaurs, but at least they're unbreakable, right? Good multiplayer unit. One Lightning Strike. Right now we need battle skills. It's definitely an option to consider Lightning Strike. We attack from hiding, so we don't really need Lightning Strike right now. But later on, when we have multiple armies on the and they're just hiding from us in the settlements, then it's could be a good thing to take. They're gonna have to go for Needling. I wanted to take Wurbat, but I have to go to Flensburg as well. What do we have here? Plus 10% speed for all units. It's pretty good. Honestly, since Morgul gives them 20% missile resistance in his army, the skill should be 20% physical resistance. The skill should just give them 20% ward save, really. If they let you choose between these two. 20% ward save would be an alternative to this one. If you want to go with that shitty flavor. The fun thing is, you get full bonuses for the Chaos Spawn, fully buffed. They still can't even compare to a regular Minotaur unit without any buffs. The Minotaurs are on piercing, they just do more than twice the damage. Let alone the other benefits. The only advantage the Chaos Spawn has going for them is the Unbreakable. Like, this is the only thing they have going for them. that the Miners don't have. And you could think, you know, poison is something, but Miners have armor. So they only have Unbreakable. That's and Unbreakable, you know, it's only available on this unit maybe in multiplayer. Campaign, it doesn't do really anything. Having another 10 armor over the Unbreakable would be better. For the campaign. You know, when they remember in 2027, you know, the chaos exists, and you know, they're gonna rework the Beastmen. They're gonna probably put a technology that actually does something for the chaos spawns, because the chaos spawn don't have any technologies. They might add, like, you know, like 2 technologies for the chaos spawn, maybe like armor and maybe some ward save or resistance. So yeah, there's nothing on the tech sheet for the chaos spawn except this 10% speed, because it's for all units. It's nothing for Harpies either. So and the tech tree is so bad, it's actually the worst tech tree in the game. Like Beastmen.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit?
Beastmen
What the
and the Spirit of Jungle have the worst texture in the game. At least but the Spirit of Jungle is different to the other lizard, but it's still really bad. Why they give such bad stuff to the Hordes? Why they dislike Horde so much? Wood Elf's tech tree could definitely use some work as well, because a lot of the units are forgotten as well. At least they have some powerful technologies, really powerful technologies. Hang around. Started with Malaga, we had this moment. Better have more movement than not enough movement in some situations, so all the movement buffs are pretty much a must get. Even if it might be just wasted over half the turns than the movement. I feel like definitely inspired right now to talk about Beastmen, the state of them. I think we're gonna do a Jibber Jabber episode and talk about the state of the Beastmen right now. We'll just start a stream here. I'll just let me end the turn. We'll be talking about the state of the Beastmen right now. It's like what can be done. It's like they really need a miracle. Let me just restart the stream. Let it save, and I'll be back in like a few minutes.